Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ellen if you're new. Today I'm going to be doing a lash haul and how I put my lashes on tutorial, especially when they're brand new right out of the box. I wanted to show you 3 lashes that I got from House of Lashes. I'm really excited because these are cruelty free and they look great, so I'm really excited to be wearing them and showing them to you guys today. So before we get started, feel free to subscribe and leave a like, and feel free to follow me on my socials on TikTok and Instagram. I also did, if you recognize this outfit I'm wearing, I did post on my Instagram stories today that I tried hot rollers and it was just a disaster. I had to spend like another hour and a half fully drying and curling my hair because my hair was damp when I put the rollers on and it never dried, and it was just a mess. I'll just show you the TikTok so you can see how bad it was. Okay, so I recovered from that and now I am making this video. But if you can see that my eyes are a little bloodshot, I first off apologize because it's not looking great. But also they're bloodshot because I put these lashes on. It's my fault, it's not the lashes' fault. I put these lashes on slightly closer to my inner corner because I thought I would try it out and see if I liked it closer than how I normally do them, and I don't because it's been like just like ever so slightly irritating my eyes all day, and I didn't even notice my eyes were bloodshot till right before I went to film this video, and I was like, that's perfect timing that my eyes are all red when I'm trying to film a lash video. So hopefully it's not too distracting, but I have spent all day getting ready just to film this video, so I'm filming it, okay? But anyways, I have the first pair of lashes on now. They're really comfortable except for the fact that I messed up and placed them too far in my inner corner. And like I mentioned, the reason my eyes are red is because it's just been ever so gently annoying or bugging my eye all day. I guess I kind of noticed it if I blink hard. If I blink normally, I don't feel it at all, so it's obviously been just like ever so slightly that it's been annoying my eyes, so my eyes are red. And anyways, so I have been wearing this pair of lashes already since like, it's 6:30 now. I've been wearing them since like noon, so I've already been wearing them for like 6.5 hours. But I wanted to show you these ones first, and then I'll show you how to apply the next pair, and then I'll show you, like I'll just show you all of them. So these are the Audrey Mini. It comes in this little pink box. I will try and get closer so you can see. Okay, I think you got a good idea of what those look like. All right, so I obviously took the lashes off. This was the first pair I was wearing, the Audrey Mini. So the next pair I have is called Good Karma. So I'll actually show you guys how I prepare and put on lashes that are brand new out of the box. So these come in a little bit of a different tray. I do like this though because this tray is biodegradable and recyclable. Yeah, I like it. So another look if you want out of the package. Alright, so first I have a clean pair of tweezers, as in make sure there's no like glue or mascara on them. I mean, if I can pull it off with my fingers, I can try, but I usually use my tweezers just to not mess up the band or the lashes. So I always use my tweezer to like pull up the edge, just kind of gently, but from the outside in. Never grab the inner corner, always grab the outer corner, because it's pretty likely that you're going to cut off the outer corner, so it doesn't matter if it gets a little messed up. See, I already messed it up. Okay, so once you have hold of the whole lash, okay, this was different because it's on a paper tray. It's a little harder to take off. But anyways, I pull it off by the outer corner, and now this has paper on it, so I guess that's one con of them being on a paper tray, but you can just pluck it off with the tweezers. So I'm just gonna peel, let me see if I can show you. I'm just gonna peel that paper off. That's probably one con of using a biodegradable tray, but I will gladly take it instead of plastic. So yeah, you'll just want to like pick off some of the paper and make sure it's at least flat. You don't have to get like every piece of it off, but just so it's not like sticking out. Okay, and actually, you know what? Since this is my first time using lashes that have come from a paper tray, this is what it looks like right now. And you can tell there's still a little bit of paper on it. I'm gonna go the extra mile and just use black liner to color over the paper because I don't want it to like look white under the lash on my eyelid. Just gonna paint that on. And now you can see, you can't even tell really that there's paper on it. So when you get any lash out of the box, fresh, brand new, never worn, you peel it off with your tweezers and now you have a lash. What do you do next? So normally what I like to do is before I even measure it on my eye, I like to like bend the lash like this. Like, I don't know if, just like loosen the band, because depending on, oh my god. So I like to bend the band like this because especially depending on the type of band you get, especially if it's like a thick one like this, not like an Ardell Wispy where the band is clear. Those you probably don't have to like bend as much. But anything with a thick band, you definitely want to move back and forth a little bit. Make sure you really limber it up. And then for me personally, since I like to place my lashes a little bit out because my natural lash line or like eye is very round, so the outer corner of it actually tends to come down. So instead of following my lash line all the way to the outer corner with the actual lash being next to my lash line, around like the outer fourth, I will just go straight out and then there will be like a little triangle of open space right here. But I just find it's much more flattering on my eyes. Otherwise it drags my eyes down, especially if the wing is very heavy on the lash and I follow my lash line. It just kind of like, it'll be almost below my eye because the lash is heavy and then it's also going down following the curve of my eye, if that makes sense. So if you have eyes similar to mine where they're like very round and the outer corner tends to go down, actually, I just follow my lash line for the first 3/4 of the lash. So like that outer fourth, I would just go straight. So sometimes I bend this outer fourth up a little bit. Let me see if I can show you what I'm talking about. I sometimes do this to manipulate the lash to make it easier to put on, which I didn't do with the lashes I put on earlier, which I think contributed to it irritating my eye. So especially if they're brand new, you might really want to manipulate them so that they're more comfortable to wear. So especially on either end, I'll kind of bend the ends up and down a little bit just so that they're not so stiff. And it will help your lashes last longer on your eye too without lifting. The more that you can really get the lash secure to begin with is the best. So I'll really kind of just manipulate the band. Then I will make almost like an S shape. This is just for me though because of the way my eyes are shaped. I don't think this is necessary to do for everyone. So if you have eye shape similar to mine where it's like very round, then this is what I do. So let me see if I can even show you what I just did. How do I show you this? It's kind of hard to tell, but do you see what I did with the end? This is all curved and then I pushed this up, so it's like an S almost. It's a very gentle curve, but I'm promising you it makes a difference because if this end, this outer fourth, was going down, it would kind of dig into where your eye squints here when you talk and it would drag your eye down. So this helps me, but I don't think it's a necessary step for everyone. I just wanted to mention that because I feel like it makes a big difference. So next step would be measuring. So without the glue, just kind of like freshly after you manipulated the band, I will just place it on my eye about where I would want it, starting with the inner corner and then anything extra on the end you would cut off, starting kind of with like the iris guideline. So you're just gonna have to guess, but I definitely think I could cut off a little on the ends here. It's best if you have a pair of mini scissors in your makeup kit. You just never know when you need them. Okay, so these lashes are different and I'm gonna try and show you the difference. So we have the Good Karma lash on top of the box and then the Audrey minis that I was wearing before in the box. If I was cutting a lash that had kind of like these spiky groupings, I would probably just go in like one grouping because it will look weird if you cut in the middle of a grouping and you'll be able to tell when you look at the band. There will be like sections, so I would just cut like one section off because if you cut in the middle of a section, it will probably look weird on the outer corner and you'll notice. Okay, let's say this is the lash band and your scissors come up like this high. You're gonna be cutting some of the lash hairs and you might have like some short ones poking out on the end and it'll make the design of the lash look weird. So only come up like just high enough to actually cut the band and then just pull it apart because yeah, you don't want to cut any of the actual lashes, if that makes sense. So now that I've decided that I need to cut off like a little bit on the end, you can always cut more, you know, cut a little bit at a time. Maybe you have to measure 2 or 3 times, but I'm just gonna cut, since this one is a straight kind of like combed out lash like I was saying, it doesn't matter as much how much you cut it off because there's no like sections like there would be on a spikier lash. So I'm just going to guess, I mean, it's usually like less than a centimeter, so not much at all. So now that I've cut some off, I'm gonna measure again, and I'm actually gonna manipulate the lash again to kind of do the same thing that I was talking about before. So lifting the end up a little bit. Okay, I think the section that I cut off was enough. And to mention, with the first pair of lashes, the Audrey Mini, I didn't have to cut them at all actually. When I measured them on my eye, they were fine. Well, now thinking about it, since they did kind of irritate my inner corner, I maybe would have cut off like a tiny bit, but those ones were like pretty short banded to begin with, so you might not even need to cut the Audrey minis. Now that I have both lashes prepped, the band is manipulated, I've trimmed them, I've gotten them all ready to glue. I'm gonna grab my Duo glue, but actually I think House of Lashes sells a glue that I've heard is really good, but I already have Duo glue, so I'm just gonna use that. And I always use the one in the green writing that has like the actual applicator. Just kind of gently drag it along the band. If you're wearing these for like a really special event, don't wear them brand new to the event. Wear them like second or third wear, because then they'll be really like worn in. Normally I don't have issues with lifting, but I do have to say, if I'm gonna have a lash that lifts, it's always gonna be on the very first wear. So I suggest wearing them second or third wear. And you can wear most of these lashes, like these type of lashes, I mean, honestly, if you keep them clean and like in the box, probably like 25-30 times. So you can get plenty of wears out of these, so don't worry if they're not, you know, drugstore price, which these aren't that expensive anyways, so it's not that big of an investment. But yeah, don't worry, you can get plenty of wears out of these. And sometimes, like I said, with a brand new lash out of the box, I really don't want it to lift. So you can see about how dried the glue is now. It's like a little bit tacky. I'm actually gonna put a little bit more glue on and then let it dry again, because that little extra glue like really helps it stay on. So I wave it around like this for a while until I'm ready to put it on. You'll be able to tell once it starts to look like a little bit clear instead of white, you'll know it's ready to put on, but you do not want to put on a lash that is with the glue that's still too wet, because it's just going to be a mess. Like, it slides around everywhere. It makes it way harder to apply. On the other hand though, if you're applying a lash with really tacky glue, you better know where you want to put it, because it's like not moving once you put it on, or you have to peel it off and redo it. But you can't like slide it back and forth if it's tacky. You have to like either place it or peel it. Like, there's no sliding. Sorry, I don't know what this is on my hand. Whatever, it's like a stain. So about that clear dry, I always start by placing the inner corner, and I usually start with my fingers applying the lash, and then to refine the band, I'll use my tweezers. So I don't know if I'll be able to actually show you. Let's see. So oh yeah, it's really tacky, okay. All right, I follow the lash line. Oh, I didn't even really need tweezers. Okay, I always push the inner corner down, and then you can push the actual lashes back up. If you want to check, you can like use your tweezers to push the lash closer to your lash line, but these are pretty stuck. And the outer corner stuck. So actually that was really easy. Those were really tacky. And then usually my last step before the glue is totally set, I will push the lash up like this, especially on the outer corner. See what I mean? These are very, very cute. So that's how I apply lashes. I think it's pretty straightforward, but if you're not used to using thicker banded lashes, I would definitely, like, if you're practicing for an event, definitely practice a few times and get used to wearing them for like 10 hours at a time, especially if it's like a wedding or a vacation or something like that. Just make sure you are comfortable wearing them, because I remember the first time I started wearing thick banded lashes, I was like, what is on my eye? And now it just feels like nothing. I mean, obviously I can feel it there, but it really doesn't feel uncomfortable at all. And if it feels like it's poking you, take it off and just start again, because I promise you, your eye will start watering and the glue will start separating, or like me, you'll have red eyes all night. So better to just redo it, and it's okay if you need to redo it. What I usually recommend, if you stick it on and you're noticing that it's poking you somewhere, you can try to manipulate it if you want while it's still on your eye, but I would just recommend just peeling it off and then do the other lash while you're waiting for like your eyeball and the lash to dry, and then just do it again. No big deal. I think that's pretty much it. If you really want your lashes to be stuck upwards, you can put like another little tiny dab of glue on top of the band and then stick it to your eyelid. Your eyelid might look a little funny when you blink, but like, you could do that. I don't really like wearing liquid liner on myself, but when I'm wearing thick banded lashes, I usually have to at least put some in my inner corner just to blend the corner down. And I may just like line very close to my lash line just so it kind of like fills in the gaps and doesn't look like empty underneath where I put the lash. And then I usually fill in this little corner because, like I said, there's usually like a little tiny triangle of skin where there's no lashes. It's just like my lash, skin, and then fake lash, if that makes sense. So yeah, but I really like the way these look, and they feel so soft and fluffy. Like, they're really nice. So these are the Good Karma ones. I will come back when I have the other lash on. Okay, this is both lashes on. I really, really like these. I think they're super like cute and fluffy and winged out, and yeah, I don't know. I really like the way these look though. So we have the second pair all done. I'm just gonna throw on the third pair off camera and then come back so you can see what they look like on. Alright guys, this is the third pair. These are called It's an After Party, and it's the Patrick Ta collection.
Okay, I just saw these are discontinued. I am so sorry guys. Blessings is a similar style.
By the way, the boxes for all three of these are so cute and unique, and they're all from a different collection, so they all have a little different vibe to them. But these are like a little bit longer. They're the longest out of the three, and they are a little bit more wispy, but I really like them. I hope you can tell what they look like. Yeah, so that was all 3 pairs. Very interesting doing a little, I don't know, lash video, but I thought I would try them on because I'm always so curious when I'm looking for lashes online. So I just like being able to see it on an actual person before I buy it, but I highly, highly recommend all of these. I'm definitely going to be continuing to buy from House of Lashes in the future. Let me know if you have any video suggestions or questions in the comments, and yeah, so I think that's it. Thank you so much for watching again, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!